From far and wide, Oilers fans, this is Dolynny TV. And welcome back to this Edmonton Oilers discussion here on Dolynny TV. I'm Tyson, guys. Today, this comes from a viewer. You guys, the other day, I posted about how my internet's been terrible, about how I had to take that break. Obviously, you saw yesterday's video, which was actually recorded on whatever, Friday, Saturday. But unfortunately, due to the internet, didn't come out until Monday. Well, now today being Tuesday, I wanted to get to this video topic because it was suggested to me in my communities tab by Death Wobble, and he come in and asked me about making a video on what to do with Lucic, Manning, or Spooner contracts. See, I don't see the Manning contract being such an issue as the Spooner, Lucic, Sekera, and Larson contracts are in comparative for the Edmonton Oilers. Now, you might jump a little bit when I say Adam Larson's contract's an issue for the Oilers. I'll try and explain exactly what that means, because there's a little bit of high hope and you know what, that bottom out kind of Edmonton Oilers mentality when it comes to Adam Larson and his contract. So for Milan Lucic, this is where it gets really difficult for a lot of people. You know what, the production over the past couple of years, $6 million for what, this season yet, and 4 more seasons after that. That's a mess, guys. That's an absolute mess. So with Milan Lucic and the no movement clause, the no trade clauses that are attached to his contract, there's a couple of big key issues, right? Obviously, you can't just ship him to whoever willy-nilly wants to take him for a 7th round pick, obviously. I've suggested that in the past, but I've meant that in terms of if he requests the trade, don't deny him the trade. Don't sit back and try to get some value. Just get him out of town. That's essentially the Oilers, when it comes to Milan Lucic and what they need to do with his contract, is unless for some reason he steps up and scores 40 points the rest of the way home in the next 32 games, which just ain't going to happen, you guys know, ship him. Ship him, ship him, ship him. Get him gone. $6 million, clear that up. Because there's a lot of guys who could use a lot more money thrown their way rather than Milan Lucic, right? Guys in the offseason, guys in a trade at the trade deadline. You got to think that that $6 million could be used a lot better for the Oilers than right now it being used on Milan Lucic. Let's go down and talk about Adam Larson now, because I've already discussed Milan Lucic 100 million times over, so you guys know my feelings there. However, Adam Larson, this is the one that makes it really fun. He's making $4.166 cap hit dollars for the Oilers as of right now. Okay, that's an ugly number. Why is that an ugly number? Because a guy like Oscar Klefbom is only getting $1,000 more than him per season. Adam Larson, as much as everybody likes to say, he's not a sexy player, he's not a great overall, you'll notice him out there player. Guess what? We've done a lot of this year, and with 2 more years remaining, if we do that for 2 more years, it's really going to hurt our playoff chances, is we have noticed him for all the wrong reasons. Don't get me wrong, Adam Larson for about $3.25 to $3.5 million per season would be a huge addition to this lineup. But at 4.16, almost 4.125, whatever you want to come up with for a number, that is a hard hit. That's a $500,000 cap space that the Oilers are just throwing out the window at a guy who realistically has cost us 5 times over more than he's helped us this year. The reason I didn't talk about Lucic's stats, we all know what the stats are there though. For Adam Larson, this is the thing, he has stepped up a bit in terms of point production. He's on pace for not a career year by any means, but a year in which he'll probably score close to 20 points and be an all-right point getter for us on the back end. Not a top pairing defenseman though. Even a defensive defenseman on a top pair would get about 30 points. So Adam Larson for 4.16 to be our number 2 defenseman, I don't buy it for a second. Like I said, waste of at least $500,000 in cap space. So what do you do with this contract? Like I said with Lucic, you got to look at, holy crap, either we find a role for him on that second pair, put Nurse on the first pair, and figure out how we're going to deploy Adam Larson effectively, or just ship him. It's as simple as that, because for the Oilers, if they are going to pay Adam Larsson to play top 2 minutes at 4.16 mil, obviously top 2 minutes, that's a steal, but in the situation, not getting the point totals he should be, and be devastating our goalies with terrible defense, can't have it. That is way too much for a guy that ain't doing much. Now, you want to talk about a guy who ain't doing much and is costing way too much. It's pretty easy to figure out who I'm going to talk about next. Andrej Sekera, how about this? Has not played for the Oilers in a long, long while, right? We've gone 50 games this year without him. I think he finished last year with us. I can't even tell, but anyway, Andrej Sekera seems like a name from 20 years ago at this point, the way it's gone, and his cap hit is just a hard pill to swallow. 5.5 mil, and we got to figure out how we're going to get that back on the books after this All-Star break when he comes off the LTIR. That's a big get, and right now I've already talked about 2 guys you could possibly ship to get that cap space off the books, but when it comes to Andrej Sekera, I think, you know what, you just hope he has a good 2, 3, 4, 5 game stretch. First guy to call you and offer you a deal. If you're Keith Gretzky and you're still in that GM role, or if you're the new general manager and you're in that GM role, first guy to offer you a trade, get him up on gone. There ain't no doubt about it. Andrej Sekera and Milan Lucic are the 2 hardest hitting contracts for the Edmonton Oilers. You get rid of those 2, you solve a lot of cap space problems for this team. So Andrej Sekera, like I said, he only played 36 games last year, 8 points, minus 15. Same thing with Adam Larsson, a minus player in his last season played for the Oilers. Like, just not good, and you can't be having those kinds of contracts on the books for guys to cost you that much money. And Andrej Sekera, realistically, we shouldn't be crapping on him because he did have an all right time as one of our better defenders in terms of production in 2016-17. He was good. He got us to the playoffs. He was an integral part. However, in a role coming back from injury, coming back from all this speculation, what the hell is going on with Sekera? Is he going to be good, bad, or whatever? Probably not. And you hope, like I said, 5 game stretch, ship him out. Easy as that. Get him gone, and you save yourself 5.5. Plus, you don't have to trade away some other guys like an Adam Larsson to make space for Andrej Sekera. Now, a guy you do have to trade away and figure something out. Like, obviously, someone's got to be willing. Same thing with Lucic, to take Ryan Spooner for a 7th round pick. You know what? Guy comes in, crappy situation for us because obviously Oilers fans weren't going to give him a chance. We traded Jordan Eberle for Ryan Strome and then traded him for Ryan Spooner the same amount of points, and then he goes on to play 25 games for us and only put up 3 points. That's not bad. Comparative to the Oilers' depth, that's all right numbers. Problem is, Oilers fans expect him to be Jordan Eberle. That's the issue, right? They expect production from a guy you traded for, A, Ryan Strome, and B, Jordan Eberle going back another trade. So it was a tough situation for Ryan Spooner to come in at, especially a 3.1 mil cap hit. Just another boneheaded, short-sighted Chiarelli deal that just did not help this team whatsoever. And here we are now with a guy in the minors costing us on the cap. This is the thing, buried cap space, almost 2.1 mil, 2.075. That's hard. That hurts. That hurts a lot, right? You talk about this Oilers team needing some cap space. That's an easy 2.075 plus 3.1 mil once you activate him to the NHL roster again to free up and get gone out of town. Like I said, these guys, all the answers are to all these problems, either produce, shut up, and get out of town. Easy as that. For Andrej Sekera, produce, shut up, get out of town. For Ryan Spooner, take a 7th. For Milan Lucic, jump at the first trade. Adam Larsson, it's produce or get out. Play defense or get out. Simple as that. So that's essentially the Oilers have to look at those contracts and say, that's the options. What do? We do it as simple as that and get it gone, because that's a lot of cap space. You want to talk about those guys. Let's go quickly add up those guys' cap space all together and talk about how much non-production the Oilers are getting for what they're paying for. That's 18.75 rounded million in cap space the Oilers are using on guys combined this season. This is the thing, 18.75 million for guys that have 12 plus 13 plus 3, 28 points. Now, yes, you can argue Andrej Sekera hasn't played, so how can he factor in? Thing is, he will factor in, and even, okay, say Milan Lucic goes and gets 25 points, Adam Larsson gets 25 points, and what, Andrej Sekera gets 10? That's 60 points for, what, 18.75 million in cap space. I mean, Peter Chiarelli was a bad GM, but ain't no GM in the history of the NHL ever paid 18.75 million for 60 to 70 points production over an 82 span in the NHL. I don't think. It seems impossible to me. Just seems impossible. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments section down below. I'm Tyson, this is Dolynny TV. I will catch you tomorrow for Bell Let's Talk Day. I am up on, out of here.